Hey, welcome back to another episode of Colin's Customs Garage. Today I'm not working on the F100. I'm doing a favor for a single mom who happens to be one of my wife's best friends. She has a 2012 Dodge Caravan. Seems to be overheating. The fan was working. Fan doesn't seem to be working right now, but I do think there's a hole in the radiator as well. Temporarily fixed it to get it where I got it to work on it with some black pepper. Been done it before and it's worked. So dumped a good amount of black pepper in it. Then I drove it from here, or drove it to my house from where I had it stationed at. And so on this, I'm probably gonna be replacing the radiator, and I'm gonna be replacing the thermostat housing and the thermostat. And I'm also going to check the fan relay. A couple different ways to check it. One way is when you have it disconnected, you can jump the wires, turn the key on, and if the fan kicks on, then you know the fan is working. It's just the relay. So then you have to decide whether or not you want to buy a relay or if you just want to jump the fan. And being that she's a single mom and doesn't get paid a whole lot of money, enough to live on really, she'll probably just tell me to jump it for the time being, which isn't going to be hard to do. And it'll be to where I can, when she does get the money to replace the part, I can undo what I did and put the new module in. But when I get to those points, I will show you those points. But as you can tell, this thing's got to come off. This little core support piece has got to come off. Appears to be 10mm bolts. Might be a little smaller, I'm not sure. But there's your radiator, there's your fan, and I believe the relay is hidden somewhere in here. I just got to look up its location. Funny story, 5 years ago, I was working on another Caravan that wasn't mine, for somebody else. They actually paid me for that job. But let me get to it, and we will go from there. I'll check back with you in a moment or two. Alright, YouTube, welcome back. This piece, gotta replace it. Hoses look good, so I'm not replacing the hoses. But I did find a leak in this thing. Too small to show you on but I did find out that I got a bad relay. I was able to jump the relay where it's supposed to be, and once I jumped it, the fan kicked on. And when you turn the power off to the key, it cuts off. So until the relay comes in, once I'm done, this thing is going to be operational. It's just going to have a hot fan while the key is on. And then once the relay comes in, pop the hood, put it in there. But to show you, this is what it looks like with no radiator. You got your condenser, or whatever that stupid thing is called. And then over there, can't really see it, but you might be able to. It's like right there is the relay. Right now it's still plugged in. I'm just leaving it plugged in for the time being, mainly because I don't want nothing getting into the plugs or whatever while I'm working on this thing. Last thing I want is to end up shorting something out or whatever. So I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna reattach this fan to the new radiator, which is over here. Sit beside the Crown Vic, so don't worry about the Crown Vic. It's still gonna get done. Just slowly but surely working on it. But there's a new radiator. It's about to go on, and thermostat housing. Apparently Dodge sells them as a whole now, so all I gotta do is slap that bad boy on. It comes with an O-ring. No RTV is needed, and rock and roll, ready to go. So I'll give you an update soon about how far I am and what's going on. So until next time, see you later. Alright, welcome back. Alright, radiator's in, support piece is in, that little doohickey over there, thermostat housing, is in. I am actually replacing spring clamps with actual real clamps, because I hate them spring clamps because they're always a bitch to get off. Sorry, always a pain to get off. So put those in. I tested the the radiator to make sure it wasn't leaking. So put it in, got the fan installed back in its rightful place. Yeah, so now it's hook up the hoses, and the main hoses anyway, and fill it up with fluid. Go from there, make sure we ain't got no leaks, make sure the fan kicks on like it's supposed to. Bada bing, bada boom, get this son of a gun out of my driveway. Because I have a Ford driveway. If you can't tell, Ford truck, Crown Vics in pieces, cab. If my Navigator was here, it's another Ford. I'm a Ford guy through and through. So, I can work on anything, but my preference is always going to be Ford. So, with that being said, I'm going to get back to work, and I'll get back with you later. Alright, YouTube, I'm back. Hoses are on, ran properly, clamps are in place. Can't really see it down in there all that great, but it's on there. Bottom's on, the little front chin spoiler piece is back on. Everything's back where it should be. So, with that being said, now it's time to fill this sucker up, crank it, let it get warm, make sure that the engine has all the fluid it needs, and let it run, and make sure that it's no longer leaking. Because even though I pressure tested it, I still could have missed something, or I could have punctured it, unfortunately. Did have another casualty, fingers bleeding again. But besides that, all in all, not too hard to get this thing back together. But I do hate a Caravan. Not the first one I've worked on, but it is actually the second time I've done this job on a Caravan. So when I crank it up, I'll do another video, and while it's running, you and I will check together and make sure it's no longer leaking. So until next time. Alright, let's fire it up, see if we get any leaks off the initial hit. We get leaks off the initial hit, then I'm actually going to have to stop because my phone's about dead. And when I come back and check it, I will turn the video back on, and we will go from there. Alright, let's look. Well, I don't see anything leaking. I see some drippage from where I spilled some water, but I don't see any leakage. What do you guys see? Not a whole lot because the camera angle sucks. But, alright, now we know it's not leaking. And we can go from there. I'm going to check it again here in a little bit. I'll bring y'all back. Alright, YouTube. Well, the van is done. And relay came in this morning. I put it in. Didn't have my phone on me, so I didn't even think about videoing it. Van's done. And she already came and got it. She's over at my house a lot, so you probably will see it in some of my videos anyway. But she's happy. She's driving it. He's already driven it most of the day. No overheating problems, no nothing. So it's fixed. So that being said, until next time, thanks for watching Colin's Customs Garage. Hit that like, follow, subscribe, turn on a little bell notification, and I will see y'all later.